Jump into it. I'm really excited for tonight's team hangout. We're talking about communication. For those of you that don't know, this was my major in college. I was a communication studies. I have a communication studies degree. That's what I got my bachelor's in. I love it. I love the fact that we have a gift that can literally do magical things for you, okay? I've always said that the way you communicate with people, your effectiveness in communicating can literally make or break you, not even just in our business, but in life. All right, situations. Think about situations. I'm sure you know people that struggle with effective communication, right? And so they have issues with people all the time. Maybe they feel like, the world's just out to get them because they can't effectively communicate what it is that they want to. And so I believe that it is one of the most amazingly powerful gifts that we've all been blessed to have. And just like any other skill that is needed for any other occupation, job, industry, relationships, literally any skill that is required to be good at something that you do, communication is one of those skills for our business, okay? And so think about it like this. You wouldn't become a teacher without the correct training, right? There's skills that teachers learn to manage the classroom, to, teach a certain strategy or whatever, okay? You wouldn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to be a teacher, and walk into a classroom and just expect to be effective at it, to be successful at it, okay? Doctors, okay? You wouldn't just walk into an operating room and say, scalpel, needle, whatever the tools are called, and just go at somebody. You would learn the skills necessary to do that correctly, successfully, effectively, okay? Our business is no different. And so tonight we're going to talk about why communication is so not even just important, but crucial to success in this business. We're going to talk about how, okay, the how-to of effective communication, and then the magic is going to come in the third phase of this team hangout. And I'm going to actually give you guys what I'm going to refer to tonight as magic words, magic phrases, things that you can use to get the response that you want, okay? So if you are somebody, okay, drop a skull, like the dead guy skull emoji below. If that's how you feel when you message person after person after person after person, and they either read it and ignore you, or read it and just come back with like a, no, like not really interested, okay? Anybody? Anybody ever send a message that got ignored? I have. You guys, when I go back and I was a communication studies major in college, but when I go back and look at some of the messages that I sent in the beginning of this business until I built my skill of successful communication up, I look back at some of those messages and I'm like, oh shit, I wouldn't have responded to me either, right? Where we word vomit on people, where we sound like an infomercial, where we go off into an infomercial and we're like, and you get this deal and you get that free, all right? Or we sound like the dirty salesman who's like being like pushy and crammy and like shoving like all the info down our throats because he wants to make a sale, okay? We've all been there. So just like the teacher, just like the doctor, just like any other profession in this world, building the skill of communication and effective communication for our industry is an absolute necessity, okay? Here's what I want you guys to think about. 4 out of 5 women wear makeup, right? which means the majority of women have a need that we can fulfill. Would you all agree with that? Okay. So no, Kim, we're just getting into it. So if 4 out of 5 women wear makeup, and the other one out of the 4 out of 5 that wear makeup, the other will use at least skincare, okay? And now, out of everyone, if they don't wear makeup and they don't really invest in good skincare, I guarantee you they probably put perfume on. So now that we are in 3 categories of our beauty industry, we are in cosmetics, we are in skincare, and we are in fragrances, we have something that literally all women want, okay? Want and or need, okay? What do we always say about makeup? It's not about, the blue and white shimmery eyelids. It's not about the bright red lips, although I do really like my look today, I'm not gonna lie. But it's not about that for me, and I know it's not for you guys either, and I know it's not for all other women too. It's about how it makes you feel. It's not that my lips are naturally a deep, bold red, but when I wear a deep, bold red that's called sensual, I feel a little extra sassy, okay? It's the emotion that's attached to the product, okay? And all women want that, right? So if we have something that all women want, whether it's in the form of makeup, whether it's in the form of skincare, or whether it's in the form of perfume, then why aren't all women knocking down our doors to get a hold of our product? Did you ever think about it like that? It's because the way in which we communicate what it is that we represent, the mission we have, and why we're doing what we're doing, as well as the products, but that is truly secondary, is how you're communicating that to people. And that is what will make people either want to do business with you or not want to do business with you at all. And the thing that people are basing whether they want to do business with you or not do business with you is 100% based on how you're presenting yourself. And how we present ourselves is via verbal communication, okay? Whether it's direct to them or non-direct, in the sense of they are observing what we're doing. They're observing how we're interacting with other people. They're observing how it is that we handle ourselves, what we do in our off time, what it is we have to say about our business, what type of person we are, what type of people we hang around with, what type of things we get involved in, okay? And so, why is communication so important? Because for our customers, for our potential customers, communication is what we use to share our mission, okay? Our product and our opportunity, our why, because remember, people do business with you, not because of what you have, but because of why you do it, okay? And you're using communication for them to get to know you, all right? Why is communication important from a leadership standpoint, aka every single one of you listening to me right now? Because as soon as you join this business, you're given a gift to offer this opportunity to other people. And guess what? That makes you a leader, okay? One, it's gonna be, communication is gonna be what gets people in the door and onto your team. 2, you're going to help them get started, and that could be as simple as the actual registration process, okay? You have to be able to clearly communicate how to do that, where to do that, so they know you have a website, all that good stuff, okay? Help them launch their business, and then provide guidance all along the way, build relationships, so on and so forth. So it doesn't matter what aspect of this business you're talking about, communication is not just important, it's crucial, Just like any other relationship, you need communication to build a rapport with your customers and build a rapport with your team, okay? AKA, you must communicate effectively to have success, okay? It's where you're gonna gain credibility. It's where you're gonna connect with people. It's where you're gonna earn trust. It's how you're gonna make friends. And we literally are in the business of collecting friends, getting to know people, building relationships. We talk about it all the time. Communication is how we're gonna do that, okay? And it's how you're going to be perceived by others as a professional in this industry. And that's what truly separates people that have massive success from people that are continuously feeling stuck and struggling. And I don't say that in a mean way. I say that because we can all get better. Okay? Communication is how you're going to gain that credibility. You're going to gain that trust of others. You're going to present yourself as a professional. And without credibility, without trust, without earning the respect of other people, without people viewing you as a professional in this industry, without any of them, if any of those aspects are missing, your business is going to crumble. It's not going to last long, and it's certainly not going to have the opportunity to explode and become wildly successful, which I know if you're on this team hangout right now, you're here because you want to be successful, okay? Drop a purple heart below drop a black heart below if you are here because you want to be successful in this business. You want to gain time freedom. You want to gain financial freedom. You want to start making in a month what you used to make in an entire year. You are here because you want to make a huge impact on those around you. You're here because you want others to view you as an inspiration. You're here because you want to build wealth so that you can give back more and have the freedom to literally create and mold and sculpt and shape a life on your terms, exactly how you want it to look, okay? And it's the end of the month, so if there's ever been a better time to get laser focused on one skill, the art of effective communication, so that you could be wildly successful, it's now. So you can close out this month strong and you can dive headfirst into May and the rest of the entire year, which will then lead into the next year, which will then lead into the next year. And one day you're going to turn around and look back and go, holy shiitake mushrooms. Remember that team hangout we did with Billy back in April of 2018? And this is as you're now you're like a black status level 74. And now you're like crushing it. And you are giving back to your community. And you are giving back to people in need. And you are on your own terms and you are living life by design. And you're like, all because I learned how to communicate more effectively. That's the power. Obviously, I'm being a little dramatic, okay? But that is the power that communication holds within it. That's the power that we all have. And just like any other skill in this world, okay, when we learn to walk and we learn to talk and we learn to ride a bike as a child, that was a learned skill that we showed up and failed and showed up and failed at and showed up and failed at and showed up and failed at and showed up and was awkward and weird and showed up and totally bombed and showed up and looked like a fool and showed up for and showed up for and showed up for and showed up for and continuously did it over and over and over and over and over again until we learn to talk. We learn to walk. We learn to ride the bike. Okay? It's no different. This is the industry we're in, and this is a skill that if you put in the time and effort to get good at, get really good at it, and the more you do it, the better you get. It is one single skill that will literally propel your success forward, okay? So, does anybody think that communication is important after all that? I mean, it is the thing in this business that will make you stand apart. Because someone who can communicate more effectively can share things more effectively. Somebody that can communicate more effectively can offer the opportunity more effectively. Okay? And if we can sponsor and we can sell and we can inspire all along the way, remember that success cycle we talked about that started with parties where we meet people and then we connect with them? We connect by communicating, okay? And then we're consistent on our timeline every single day by communicating, okay? And then we're building relationships by communicating, all right? And then we're gaining a customer by communicating, and then we're doing the follow-up with them by communicating, and then we're sponsoring by communicating, and then we're repeating over and over and over again, and you throw leadership in there by communicating. There's no part of this business that doesn't require you to be good at communicating, okay? And if you are somebody right now that is listening to me saying, oh shit, I'm not a good communicator. I'm an introvert. I'm shy. I'm awkward. I have anxiety. This, that, or whatever it is that you're telling yourself, I've got really good news for you. I've got really good news for you. This is a skill. Communication is a skill that it does not matter what your personality is, if you're an extrovert or an introvert, if you're shy or outgoing, if you like people or don't like people. Well, if you don't like people, that's probably going to be a problem. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you're comfortable in front of people or not comfortable in front of people, and 100% of people are not comfortable in front of people, okay? The number one fear is public speaking in front of people, okay? So yes, there's people that are more natural at it. Yes, there's people that, do it with a little less anxiety or whatever, but it's the number one fear, okay? So yes, there's a reason why people are hesitant to go live. Yes, there's a reason why people are hesitant to want to put themselves out there in front of people on social media. It's the number one fear. We as Americans, we as human beings worry more about what other people think of us than we do what our dreams and our goals and our aspirations are in life. Isn't that sad? And the good news, like I started to say, regardless of your personality, regardless of where you stand right now, this is a skill that every single person can improve upon. I promise you that, okay? So that's why communication needs to be a skill that you make a priority in your business, in your life, to improve upon every single day, okay? You wouldn't decide that you were going to become a painter and not work on your painting skills every day. You wouldn't decide that you were going to become a writer and not work on your writing skills every single day. You wouldn't decide that you were going to become a professional athlete and not work on your athletic abilities and skills every single day. So why do people come into our line of work, our business, direct sales, network marketing, and think that they don't have to work at the number one skill every single day that makes them successful? And then people go, oh, this business doesn't work. Oh, this business, only the people at the top make money. This is crap. People are negative, blah, 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 blah. No, it's because you didn't make the effort, okay? So we're all going to learn how to make the effort, and I'm going to give you guys some great tips so that the makeup mob, I don't know what the rest of the people out there are doing, but the makeup mob, we're going to become professional communicators in this business. AKA, we are all going to soar to the top together, because that's what we do, okay? Anybody interested in doing that with me? Because I know I'm pretty fired up right now. I'm not going to lie. I need to take a little sip of, yes, my coffee I'm still drinking from 8 o'clock this morning. People think I drink a lot of coffee. I literally get one coffee a day, and I sip on it all day long. Anywho, all right, so how do you become an effective communicator? Number one, do it well, okay? Practice communicating in a clear and concise manner, okay? That's pretty basic, right? If people can't understand what you're saying, they're going to have a hard time understanding what you're saying. That's pretty clear and concise, right? That's pretty black and white. If people can't understand you, then people aren't going to be able to understand you. A, practice speaking clear and concise. I'm online right now. I'm in my dining room talking to all of you on the other side of your phones. Do you think that if you were sitting here in my dining room right now, I would be speaking in the same manner in which I am speaking to you all right now on my phone? No, that would be really weird. It would be really uncomfortable for both parties involved. You would probably be scared of me because I'd be like lunging at you and going like this, and this is how I have learned and trained myself to improve upon my skill of communicating effectively online, because we have a barrier between us, okay? I'm here in my dining room, you're there in your wherever you are, and I want you to feel like we are connected. I want you to feel like I am speaking to your soul. I want you to feel like you are the only person I am speaking to right now. I want you to feel my energy and my emotion coming through my phone and entering into your body via your ears, via this live training, okay? You guys understand what I'm saying? So speaking clear and concise and with energy when you are online, which is how we do our business 99.9% of the time, we are an online-based business, is an absolute necessity. That is part of the skill of effective communication that we all need to practice. It's like showing up as you up a few notches, okay? So if you're thinking to yourself, like I said before, well, I don't really have that high of an energy, practice having that high of an energy. You all might think I sound crazy. Do you know what I used to have to do for my classes in college? I would stand in front of a mirror and I would get these like super like basic sentences like the cow had black spots, okay? And I used to have to practice saying those things enthusiastically. The cow had black spots. Who the hell cares about the black spots on the cow? But I would say it in a way that would get you excited about that cow having black spots. That was a really random example. But my point is that everything that you do and where you put energy, that is what will grow. And so if you feel super shy, you feel like you're super introverted. Somebody said to me the other day, I'm a little monotone. I just don't have that energy. Okay. Recognition is number one in anything we want to improve upon. So now go in front of your mirror, shut your bathroom door, put the camera up in front of you and take a video of yourself and practice being more energetic. Practice being more enthusiastic. Practice speaking with more fluctuation in your voice and moving around. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my lives on my personal page now, like my actual makeup lives, I now do standing, okay? Just like our team hangouts. Why? Because I know that I can get my energy flowing better when I'm standing. You guys want to also know another little secret? 99.9% of the time before I hit go live, I'm doing jumping jacks, okay? I'm doing push-ups off my bathroom counter. You guys think I'm kidding. I look like a freaking fool. I'm doing knee lifts, I'm dancing, I'm doing whatever to get my blood pumping, get myself moving, get my energy flowing. That is a learned skill. If I just was, chilling at my desk, doing work or whatever, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to go live and do my makeup, boop, go live. And I'm like, hey guys, what's going on today? It's going to be a totally different energy than after I'm doing push-ups in my bathroom and jumping jacks in front of my phone and getting myself fired up and dancing. And then I hit the go live button and I'm like, hey guys, I'm usually like this when my videos first come on because I'm in the middle. Like I will be dancing, I will be getting myself pumped up. I'll hit go live and I'm like, I want to transfer that energy to people. Okay? Energy and excitement is contagious. We are online. We have to learn the skill of communicating, not just clear and concise, but at high energy and enthusiastically, so people want to listen to us. And if you're like, you know, oh, well, I have friends that, you know, would think something's wrong with me if I'm like that. I'm not saying everybody needs to be Billy and like, woo, and dancing and doing whatever, but you have to show up as you times 10. You have to show up as the authentic, genuine version of you times 10. So whatever that looks like for you, that's what you need to do. But if you just show up and you're like, hey, what's up? You know, today we're going to do da-da-da. You're going to lose your audience before you even have a chance to gain them. Okay? That's the facts. That's the truth. If I wasn't standing here pumped up about what I'm sharing with you guys right now, do you think a training on communication would be as effective as I hope that this is going to be for all of you? No, it's the energy I'm bringing. It's the enthusiasm I'm putting into it. It's me over years and years and years now, almost 4 years in this business specifically, working on my skill of communicating more effectively, okay? More energetically, more enthusiastically, okay? It doesn't just happen, but it can be taught and it can be learned and it is wildly effective, okay? So do it well. Clear, concise, high energy, enthusiastic. Part of doing it well that I wrote down is simple and direct. You guys hear me talk about word vomiting on people all the time, right? We think for whatever reason that we need to add all this fluff and all this like added stuff to things, okay? You don't. Simple and precise will be more effective every day of the week and twice on Sunday than you going on and on and on with all the nitty-gritty details. People just don't want to know all of that, okay? And so when you're simple and direct, it's gonna make you seem more confident. It's going to be more effective on their end being received because they're not gonna have to read 5 paragraphs or listen to, you know, a 6.5 minute long message. And you guys, I like to talk, okay? So this is a skill that I'm continuously working on. I need to learn, still to this day, how to communicate my point more simple and direct. Because the more simple and direct we are, the better it's going to be, okay? There are times when a little bit of flair is awesome, okay? But 99.9% of the time, simple and direct is absolutely key, okay? So number 1, do it well. Clear, concise, simple, direct, high energy, enthusiastic. Everybody got it? Are we good with number 1, doing it well? And I have to write something down while I'm thinking of it or I will forget. Okay, number 2, you guys. Number 2 is do it often, okay? Do it often. You cannot ever over-communicate, in my opinion. You can never over-communicate something that's important, okay? Something that's important, whether it's to your customer or it's to your team. So you guys hear me say all the time, people have to see things like 10 to 20 times before they take action, okay? That is why consistency is key in this business. That is why it's necessary for you to be communicating often with your team about important things and with your customer about important things. Now, when I say important things, I'm not talking about the monthly kudos. I'm talking about you, your mission statement, your why, what it is that drives you in this business, what it is that is important to you about your purpose and what you're doing every single day. See, the products that we have, those are the vehicle, Those are the things. Those are the what. People don't care about the what. They care about the why. Why are you doing it? People don't buy from companies either. They buy from people, okay? So you have to be communicating that often to people so that they are continuously A, seeing it, B, reminded of it, and 3, hopefully inspired by it. So eventually you'll gain a customer, you'll gain a team member, you'll gain respect as a leader, all that good stuff, okay? So I believe you can never over communicate anything that's important. Like, you will always and forever see my family, my need for helping women believe in themselves. You will forever and always see that twisted creatively every single day in a different way, presented a little bit differently each time. But that consistent theme you will see from me forever and always till the day I die, because that is my driving force in this business. That is my driving force in this life, okay? And so doing it often, so you are reminding people over and over and over and over and over again why it is that you're here, what it is that's moving you, what your purpose is, what your mission is, what your why is absolutely important. It keeps people informed. And when it comes to your team, communicating often, AKA every single day. Okay, first of all, this is like a sticky subject because sometimes people think they need to have a team page. I think that team pages are not necessary until you're at least green status and above, because if you just start, I believe that you should have a group chat with your team, but if you start creating a group page with like a couple people on your team, or even like 10, 20 people on your team, like now they're in this page, they're in the Makeup Mob, they're in your elites page, now you have your team page. And sometimes, going back to what I said about, simple and direct, sometimes more is just that. More is more. It's too much noise. It's harder to follow. Okay. So, if you have a team page though, if you are a leader in this business that has built your business up to have a team page, and you skip one day, and I mean this, because there is not one day in the last 3.5+ years in this business that I've never not posted in the Makeup Mob. Not one day. So I can say this confidently because I've done it and I mean it and I know it. You need to show up for your team every single day, even if it's brief, just to say, hey, good luck today, good job, you're awesome, or it's a pretty little picture of something inspirational every single day, okay, consistently. All right, so number 1, do it well. Number 2, do it often. Number 3, do it together, okay? People want to be seen and heard. Why do you think that lives are as effective as they are in our business? Has nothing to do with what we're doing. Do you know that? I'm warm. I have to take my jacket off. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. Lives are as effective as they are because it allows our audience, covering up my bra straps, it allows our audience to be seen and heard, okay? It allows somebody to hop on and be like, Billy, how did you do that to your eyebrows again? And me be able to respond to them, okay? So they feel like you really are doing it together, okay? Team pages, same thing. It creates a culture, creates a community. Group chats, same thing. Messenger with your customers, with your audience. People that show up on your lives and ask questions. Taking that into Messenger. And we're going to get to some magic phrases that you can use to turn those conversations into sales and into sponsoring, okay? It gives people a feeling of belonging. That's all everybody wants, right? To feel like they have a place where they belong, to feel like they have a group of people that they fit in with, okay? Communicating together consistently on all of these platforms gives our customers and our teams that sense of belonging. I have people that I've literally never met. I have literally never even had a conversation with them, online or offline, that I will randomly like bump into out somewhere or get a message from online somewhere, and they're like, I just want you to know how impactful you've been on in my life, and da 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 da. And I'm like, I had no idea this person was even watching me, okay? But because I show up consistently, I've learned to communicate effectively, and I'm doing it often enough that they feel like we have a thing, and they feel like they belong, and they feel like they're part of my world. I'm now affecting them, and I don't even know them. That's the power of effective communication, okay? So number 1, do it well. Number 2, do it often. Number 3, do it together. And number 4, and this is the last one, do it now. Do it now. Did you guys ever hear that quote? It says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is now, okay? Whether you are brand new in this business or you have been with me almost 4 years since day one, all right? You're an OG of the mob, all right? The time to become a great communicator is now, okay? It doesn't matter what you were, what you haven't done, what you wish you shoulda, coulda, woulda. It doesn't matter. You have the ability right now to make the decision right now, to make the choice right now, that this is a skill right now that is important for you to make a priority right now, so that your business can continue to grow, can start to grow, can begin to gain momentum if it's not, to start to do all those things right now. Okay? Everybody waits till tomorrow, waits till next week, waits for the perfect time. Here's one of the best things that I can ever tell you. If you're sitting around waiting for the perfect time for this business to work for you, you're doing nothing but wasting time. I don't care. I say this to you guys every month. I show up at the end of the month. I'm fired up. I'm fired up at the beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month. It doesn't matter when it is. I'm fired up. But I show up at the end of the month extra fired up because I love the end of the month push. I love watching people chase their goals. I love seeing that hustle come out of people that they've been holding back on all month long. And I'm like, where the hell was that girl? You know, I love it, okay? I love it. But I say it all the time, that it doesn't matter if it's the 1st, it's the 10th, it's the 15th, it's the 20th, or it's the 31st. There's no timeline on your dreams. There's no timeline for success. The only reason this business runs beginning of the month to the end of the month is so that we have a structure of how we can get paid. That's it. That is the only bearing on the 1st of the month from the last day of the month. That's it. So stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the new week, the new month, the new quarter, the new kudos, the new product line, the new team member to join. Stop waiting for any of it and just start now. Start now working on you, working on a skill, working on your communication now that can help put you in the driver's seat of your life and of your business, that puts you in control of the results that you want to achieve. It doesn't matter if it's now or next Monday. All that's going to happen between now and next Monday is you're going to lose a lot of motivation, right? We can all show up. We can all get pumped up. We can all motivate one another. But if you don't do something with it now, it's just going to fizzle away. The longer you wait, the less it will be there. Okay? It's like my girl Carrie. Carrie, I don't even know if you're on tonight. It's like my girl Carrie always says. The word motivation sucks. Motivation doesn't exist. The ability to take action exists, and then motivation follows. Think about it. You all know that there's days where you're like, well, I don't feel like going live. And then you go live, and then by the end of your live, you're like, woo, I'm ready to do 5 more lives. And that could be related to anything. You wake up, you don't feel like exercising. So you're like, oh, whatever. You get on the elliptical or the treadmill or whatever it is that you do to exercise. And after 5 minutes, your blood's pumping and you're like ready to run a marathon. When 5 minutes ago, you didn't even feel like putting your sneakers on. Okay, take the action now and the motivation follows. Okay? Okay. So do it now. That's that. So do it well, do it often, do it together, do it now. So why is communication, why is, doing it well, doing it often, doing it together, and doing it now so important? Because in this business, if people don't like you, trust you, like you or trust you, like you and trust you, they're not gonna do business with you. I don't know why I put a white bra on, but my bra straps are really bothering me. You could see them. If people don't like you and trust you, they're not gonna do business with you. That is as black and white, that is as blunt, that is as simple and direct as I can be. If people don't like you, if people can't trust you, people will not do business with you, purchase and or join your team. Or it's going to be a lot, and I don't mean to say this in a mean way, but it's going to be a lower quality of individual. If you want to attract professionals into this business, you guys tell me, comment below. Would you rather somebody that's just going to dabble and show up here or there and just kind of, float around or whatever in this business, get ticked off, bash the business, show up here, be negative there. Oh, then they have a good week and then they're like, blah. Or would you rather somebody that joins this business and acts like a professional, speaks like a professional, shows up consistently like a professional, takes themselves seriously in this business so that those around them takes them seriously in this business and skyrockets? Because guess what that does for your business? When you attract people like that to your business, it takes your business and it skyrockets it. Okay? That's who we want to attract. So remember, like attracts like. Okay? Like attracts like. Your vibe attracts your tribe. There's lots of little things that go along with the concept of the fact that it doesn't matter what you want, and it doesn't matter what you want to be. Who you are will attract that back to you, okay? So if you want to attract more quality people, become a more quality person. If you want to attract more professionals to the business, become more professional in the way that you're handling your business. Does that make sense? Like attracts like. So when people like you and trust you, they'll do business with you. Where does that start? That starts with building a rapport, okay? And people, to build a rapport, basically look at somebody and they say, is she more like me than not like me? AKA relatability, okay? Can I relate to her or can I not? So how you're communicating and how you're presenting yourself is going to be what they use to determine if they're more like you or not like you. If they can relate to you, okay? So, everybody's like, oh, Billy's always like, Susie Sunshine, positive Patty, optimistic, blah, 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 whatever. Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, someone who is positive and optimistic will always win. Always, you guys, always, okay? It doesn't mean that everything is sunshine and rainbows. It doesn't mean I don't have problems that don't come up. It doesn't mean that things don't totally tick me off and annoy me. But I get to determine how I respond and react to that. And that's what will determine that vibe and that energy that you're throwing out, okay? So here's how you build rapport with people. Here's how people that you don't even know are watching you will learn to like you without even knowing you personally. By being positive, by being efficient, meaning somebody comments on something, somebody messages you. Don't take a week to get back to them, okay? By being friendly, all right? Being a friendly person. By being helpful, okay? Show up every day. This is why I say it's so important to give knowledge, to teach, to inspire, to, Even if you don't know how to do makeup that well, go on Pinterest, go on Google, learn a new technique, and then go on live and teach it, okay? Give free knowledge away as much as you possibly can. Being authentic. You guys, people can see right through phony. I say it all the time. Your energy speaks for you before you even open your mouth. Being authentically you is key, okay? So if you want to be a better person, then work on you. Personal development, it's why it's so important. The more you build yourself up, the more you grow as an individual, the more quality of an authentic person you're gonna throw off, okay? I've grown tremendously since I started in this business. I've always been authentically me. Now I'm just more confident in who I am. I'm definitely more skilled in what I'm doing, okay? But I stayed true to me all along the way, all right? Reliable, do what you say you're gonna do. Trustworthy, be a good person, okay? Don't try to trick people. Don't try to con people into something. It will always come back and bite you in the ass. And then last but not least, be kind. People will see that, okay? So people decide if they like you literally seconds within starting an interaction with you, directly or indirectly, by watching how you communicate, by how you behave, by the type of people that are around you, all that good stuff, okay? So be aware of this, be conscious of this, because the things that you're doing are communicating who you are without you even opening your mouth a lot of the time, all right? Build yourself up, always have integrity, and be someone you'd want to be friends with. Pretty simple, right? All right, so that's the why, that's the how, and that's hopefully some inspiration. I want to give you guys some amazing nuggets of magic words, okay? 99.9% of this was inspired by Big Al Schreider. Does anybody know who Big Al is? Does anybody read Big Al's books, watch Big Al's videos, listen to his podcasts? Anybody know who Big Al is? He's freaking amazing. He is this awkward, old school, introverted, shy man who has become a multi-gazillionaire by improving his ability to communicate effectively. And he shares, Ashley, you love him? Me too, girl. Oh, look at, there's all the Ashleys. And he has these words that I've started using, and I swear to God, you guys, they really are magical, okay? So when I said to you yesterday, does anyone, ever feel stuck and wish you had like a magic word you could throw out there to get people to respond to you? To get people to stop ignoring your messages, to get people to do the things you want them to do? I'm gonna give you guys five, okay? So Big Al talks about a phrase that if you start any question with these 5 words, psychologically, the human mind of the person you're asking the question to will want to say yes before they even know what the question is, okay? And it is, would it be okay if? Would it be okay if I talk to you about how you can make more money from home? Would it be okay if I shared with you a way that you can create time freedom? Would it be okay if I shared with you a way to completely eliminate shipping on your order? Would it be okay if I shared with you? Do you guys feel that? So instead of me saying to you in a message or in person or at a party or whatever, hey, I want to show you this new collection that we just came out with. People immediately are gonna go into defense mode because they don't want to be sold to. Nobody wants to be sold to. Nobody wants to have, stuff pushed down their throats, just like the salesperson we talked about in the beginning. But if you say to somebody, would it be okay if I showed you this new amazing collection that the company just came out with? I think you'd really love it. they're going to say yes. Would it be okay if? And then follow it with whatever the thing is that you want the person to do. Try it for a week and track your results. It is magical, okay? The second one, meanwhile. So I'll reach out to somebody, and you guys hear me talk about the 3 C's a lot: crazy, compliment, confidence. Hey girl, I just saw your selfie you posted come across my news feed, and oh my God, like, you're seriously stunning. I think you would be phenomenal doing what I do. Have you ever considered? And meanwhile, I have to tell you, that meme you just shared was absolutely hysterical. Okay? So I did the normal thing that I've always trained on, the 3 C's, crazy, compliment, confidence. But then I followed it with meanwhile. That meme you just shared on your wall was hysterical. Okay? Or you say to somebody, hey girl, I just wanted to reach out and let you know that there is free shipping right now on the presenter kit, and I know that you were considering, so I just wanted to let you know. Meanwhile, oh my God, that picture of the kids you just posted might be the cutest picture I've ever seen in my life, okay? Or let me give you another example, and I'm just pulling these off the top of my head. Hey girl, I just wanted to follow up, or I just wanted to let you know that we have free shipping on all orders right now because we hit 1 million presenters worldwide. So awesome. Meanwhile, I saw the post about your dad. How is he feeling? Okay, so you're saying whatever it is that you want to say about your business. You're talking about the opportunity. You're following up with them about getting the presenter kit. You're telling them about the free shipping that's available. And by adding meanwhile and something genuine, so it requires you to know what's going on in that person's life, which you should anyways to build relationships and communicate effectively. You find something on their page. You posted about their dad that was sick. They shared a really funny meme that made you laugh out loud. They posted new Easter pictures of their kids or whatever, okay? And so what this does is it gets your point across to them, and then it takes the pressure off. So you're saying, hey, I want to let you know there's free shipping right now. Meanwhile, saw the post about your dad. How's he feeling? Okay? That is how you will go from getting people to read your message about the free shipping and totally ignore you, never respond back, to at least responding to you. And then what happens, what I have found, is 9 times out of 10, they will then bring up the product or business related statement that your message started with. So they would be like, oh my gosh, thanks so much for asking. He's doing better. He's home from the hospital. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. You know, I'll continue to keep him in my prayers. And then they're more likely to respond back and be like, so anything on your website is free shipping right now? Okay. Because you took the pressure off of them. You're giving them control. You're saying, hey, I want to let you know about this. But meanwhile, I want to get to know you as a real person too. Okay. So meanwhile, so powerful. The third, most people, okay? This one is also super effective. So if you say to people, you're having a conversation, right? And you say to them, hey, I just wanted to let you know there's free shipping right now on everything on the website. And I know that you wanted to get your hands on the liquid foundation. So I just wanted to let you know there's free shipping on it right now. Meanwhile, just saw the new puppy you got. How stinking cute. All right, so you're chatting about the puppy or whatever, and then she goes, yeah, so about that foundation, I'd like to get it. Awesome, no problem. You know, you do the color matching thing. Your color would be this. Your color would be taffeta, and most people apply it with the powder concealer brush, okay? Most people get the primer with it And that has to be genuine and authentic to you too. So for instance, if you don't use primer every day with your liquid foundation, then you're not going to say most people get the primer with the liquid foundation. If you don't apply your foundation with the powder concealer brush, you're not going to say most people did it. You have to say things that are genuine to you, because that will be authentic, okay? If someone is like, oh my God, love palette 3, definitely want to get it. Great. Most people use the liner shader brush with that because it gives them multiple options for application, okay? When you're saying most people, you're basically implying, hey, you should get this, without saying, hey, you should get this. So most people is a magic 2-word phrase that is perfect for upselling, okay? So if it is the pressed shadows, most people look at the quad palette because you get 4 and it saves you money, okay? Most people, somebody wants the bronzer and the Epic mascara, and you say, awesome, both of those products are phenomenal, you're going to love them. Most people look at the collection that has both of them in it because it's going to give you free shipping, a free bag, and a discount on all the products, okay? So you're saying most people. You guys like these? Do you see how these can be really, really powerful when you're communicating with people? All right, the fourth one, we have 2 more. The fourth one is, well, you know how, okay, well, comma, you know how, and then insert fact, all right? So when you say, well, you know how, most people don't like to feel their foundation on their face. So the liquid foundation is completely weightless and they go with that. It's giving your statement credibility. Well, you know how? And automatically the human mind is saying, well, yeah, I do know how, even if they don't. Okay, it's basically gaining credibility just in the verbiage that you're using. Well, you know how? Most people that are stressed out about their jobs are looking for an alternative form of income. Well, yeah, I do know that. Even if it's not something you've thought about before, okay? Or, well, you know how? Most people are trying to get away from drugstore brands because there's so many chemicals in it. Ours don't have that. And they're like, yeah. So it's all psychology and all in the communication and the way that you say it, okay? And then last but not least, if I would you. So when you are talking to, and then you insert the request. So if you're talking to somebody about the opportunity and you're somebody who likes to use a third-party tool, meaning a video that explains the opportunity, you can say, by the way, you can try it, Danielle. I mean, I don't know the psychology behind it. It's basically, meanwhile, just like takes the pressure off. It says, I want you to think about this. Meanwhile, meaning don't stop thinking about that, but while you're thinking about it, meanwhile, okay, where if you just say, by the way, they might just respond to whatever the statement is and then not go back to what it is you want them to actually talk about with you. So the words are being used very strategically with the human psychology, okay? Or with the human psyche. So if I would you, so if you have an opportunity video and you're somebody who sponsors people by saying, you know, you're talking to them about the opportunity or whatever, and then you're asking them if you can send them a video. Instead of saying, can I send you a short video that explains the opportunity, say something like, if I send you a quick video about the opportunity, would you take a few minutes and check it out? Okay, if I were to share with you some of the benefits of our products, would you maybe consider replacing 1 or 2 of your items in your makeup bag? Okay, if I would you, it's saying, if I do this for you, would you do this for me? Okay, it's like that whole human give and take, all right? Building trust, building that relationship. I'm going to do this for you. Will you do this for me? 99.9% of the time, people aren't going to be like, you know, if I send you a quick video, would you take a few minutes and watch it? They're not going to be like, no. They're going to say, yeah, sure I will, or whatever. And then even if they were somebody that, yes, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Even if there's somebody that maybe never thought they were considering this as an opportunity for themselves, now it's like you've made a deal with them. You're buddies. You're going to do them a favor. They're going to do you a favor. They're at least going to check it out. And it opens the possibility to a lot of things, okay? So would it be okay if, meanwhile, most people, well, you know how, and if I, would you, are 5 magical phrases that can help your communication be far more effective when you are reaching out to people. And you guys, 99% of all of my stuff that I send is a voice message. Get away from this, get into this, so they can hear you, they can feel you. And if anybody has any questions about any of these, please don't hesitate to drop them below. Communication and communicating effectively is so imperative. And so if you are just hopping on, I want to challenge you to go back to the beginning of this live and watch it from the beginning. I want to challenge you, if you've been with me since the beginning, to take what I'm saying and apply it now. Remember the do it now? Don't wait. Don't put this off. Don't keep pushing your opportunities away, okay? Live in the now. Create that momentum for yourself now. Step into the version of yourself you want to be, regardless of where you're sitting at this moment, and make communicating a skill that is a non-negotiable for you to work at and improve upon every single day. And I promise you, you're going to watch your business be directly affected by that. Okay? I love you all. Happy Thursday. I have no long oh yeah, we're over an hour. I'm going to wrap this up. If anybody has any questions, please drop them below. I'm here for you all. It's the end of the month. Don't hesitate to reach out. Work on this. Build on this. Build yourself up. Build your communication skills up. And go be the incredible powerhouse that you have inside of you, screaming to get out. Let it out by learning to communicate more effectively. I love you guys. Have an awesome night.